Okay, we have a short problem here regarding some kinetics. At high temperatures, this compound, 1,3-butadiene, reacts according to the equation above. The rate of the reaction was studied at 625 Kelvin in a rigid reaction vessel. Two different trials, each with a different starting concentration, were carried out. The data were plotted in three different ways, as shown below. So, anytime we see these three graphs, remember we've got concentration versus time, natural log of concentration versus time, and inverse of concentration versus time. We're always thinking about integrated rate laws, right? It's one data set being plotted three different ways, and the straight line the straight line plot is telling us the overall order of the reaction. So anytime you see these three graphs, that's what we're doing, right? We want to make sure that we understand that. Then there's a few different questions. So one of them, for sure, you're going to get asked the overall order of the reaction. But let's see what else they want. So for trial one, calculate the initial pressure in atmospheres in the vessel at 625 K. Assume that initially all the gas present in the vessel is C4H6. So we're talking about concentration. We could technically use any of these, but why not make it easy on ourselves and go to the one where here it's just giving us, it's plotting concentration versus time, right? That's going to be very easy because it's asking us the initial pressure for trial one. So here's trial one. Trial one is these circles right here, right? This is trial two, where we started with half as much. So here's trial one, and we want to know something about the initial pressure. So the pressure at this point, right? Well, we don't have pressure, but we have concentration. We have 0.02 moles per liter. Okay, so how are we going to use moles per liter is telling us something about moles and volume, and we have a temperature, and we want to know something about pressure. And we're looking at gases, so if we want to relate volume, temperature, pressure, and moles of a gas, we got to do ideal gas law, right? So PV equals nRT, and we want to know something about pressure, so let's just solve for P by dividing both sides by V. So if we can get nRT over V for this initial point right here for trial one, we'll be able to get the pressure. So we don't have moles and we don't have liters, but we have moles per liter. That's just as well, right? Because it's a proportionality thing. So if we can just assume 1 liter and just put 0.02 moles over 1 liter, right? Or anything that is proportional to that, right? Why not keep it easy and just keep it 1 liter just to make the math nice and easy? But let's assume 0.02 moles and 1 liter. Then R is just the gas constant and temperature we're given. So we can plug all that in. So we can do 0.02 moles. We can do 0.80206 liters atmospheres per mole K. And we can do 625 K. And all of that is over 1 liter. We're just assuming 1 liter to keep things simple. And so we do the math, and we end up with, it ends up being nice and round 1 atmosphere if we plug all that into the calculator. So there is the pressure, the initial pressure at for trial one, the initial pressure which we got from the initial concentration. So now B, use the data plotted in the graphs to determine the order of the reaction with respect to the lone reactant here. And so this is the easy part if we remember. If we remember that concentration versus time, if that gives a straight line plot, it's 0 order. If natural log of concentration versus time gives a straight line plot, it's first order. And if inverse concentration versus time gives a straight line plot, it's second order. Here is the straight line plot, so it is second order. That we should, if we just memorize those three, if we memorize those three things, if we just memorize which y-axis corresponds to which reaction order, if you get the straight line plot, these will be very, very easy to answer. And also it makes sense, right? It should be second order because two reactant molecules have to collide, in order for this to occur. So that's going to be second order there. Now, lastly, the initial rate of the reaction in trial 1 is 0.0010 moles per liter seconds. Calculate the rate constant K for the reaction at 625 K. So first we need to have the rate law here. We just figured out, right, we can't write a rate law by looking at the stoichiometry of a reaction, and in this case it will match, but you can't count on that. We had to get experimental data to find out from the data that it is second order overall, but now that we know that, we can easily just say rate equals rate constant times C4H6 squared. Right? So this 2 being the same as this 2 is sort of coincidental. I mean, not really, because this is one elementary step. But regardless, you cannot just immediately take this coefficient and put that right there. That's not how it works with kinetics. That works for equilibrium expressions, but not for kinetics, not for rate loss. We had to get the data. We saw that it's second order. That's why we put the 2 there, okay? So now this is very easy. We just plug things in to get what we want. So we're trying to get a rate constant. So let's solve for rate constant. If we divide both sides by this term here, we get the rate constant being equal to the rate over the concentration squared. So we can now plug in what we know. So we're going to put in the initial rate. So initial rate right here, we can use initial values. We can have initial rate and initial concentration. So let's put in 0.0010, and that is moles per liters seconds. And then we can put that over 0.020 moles per liter squared. So we've got this over this squared, and then if we plug that in the calculator, we end up with 2.5 liters over moles seconds. So that is going to be the rate constant. We wrote out the rate law, and then we plugged in some values, and we got K there. So that's a nice, easy one, or pretty straightforward anyway, regarding some integrated rate laws, one ideal gas calculation, and then rate law and calculating the rate constant.